Hi, this is Sherry at Sherry's Plants. I was gonna share the plants that we just got in today, and I sort of wanted to discuss with everybody plants and plant values, because we always seem to think that, and I'm on the other end of the spectrum, I've always been a buyer of plants, and I bought in wholesale quantities before, because I bought that many plants. I needed that many plants to display the displays I needed to do. Now, if you've never bought wholesale plants before, for one thing, you need a nursery license in order to do that. And these plants in particular, I bought from North Carolina farms. I also I didn't order enough labels for each plant, but the labels they actually charge separately for as an added expense. But the thing I wanted to bring to the attention of people, yes, you can get plants for, say $1 a piece, but you gotta buy 100 of them. You gotta buy 72 of them. And it's not just that goes into the cost of a plant. You think, oh yeah, I could sell them real quick at that price. Well, that's not the case. They come in so tiny, and you have to, if you don't replant them, they let's go ahead and open a box here. If you don't replant them immediately, they will die. And now you can see how tiny these little guys are. These are just the ittiest bittiest, and this is the point too that I wanted to bring up. Sometimes in these large quantities, you see I got holes missing, and sometimes there's just some that are not alive, and that sort of comes with it. Most times the nurseries over, like this is a tray that I paid for 250 plants, but I believe it's a 288 tray, so it's missing some. So these are tiny cherry tomatoes. I'm not sure if this is the black cherry. Let's see. It's the yellow pear. So I got in the yellow pear and the black cherry tomatoes. Yeah, I mean, in other parts of the country, you guys might think late, but there's all sorts of times of years that people plant tomatoes in Florida and swear by it. So it's almost, I think people plant in December and they plant in July, tomatoes in Florida. So that's that. But so the point is not every single plant. And if I don't plant these immediately, see how tiny they are? They they're the cutest thing. There's even 2 tomato plants for that little itty bitty hole. But I will lose some of those if they don't get planted, immediately. 288 is a lot of plants, or 250 is a lot of plants to transplant. So that is, so you have to be prepared for that. Yep. And here's the black cherry. So with that in mind, what I'm probably going to do, wow, they don't look lovely. They've been mailed and they kind of look stringy, and that's just sort of what comes with the territory. They'll perk up. I'll hose them down, and they'll perk up before long. So, and this is a box, and generally speaking, about 8 trays per box. Some places have minimums on how many flats you order. I believe these were ordered from North Carolina farms. I believe the they have a minimum of 4 flats. They'll sell you less, but they charge you differently. So this is the thing that North Carolina Farms does, is they'll give me a flat in thirds, which I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, Biden's. But the thing is because it's a lot of hand and small plants, you have a lot of this where they get tossed about. And in my experience, I've gotten them from other wholesale places, and I really have to say this shipment kind of looks stinky. But and that's wow, that's normal. So these are not the 288 size, this is the 72 size. And this right here is Vinca Major, which I'm kind of excited to get because they live year round. This is gold lace. Now, I've never done a lot with coleus because really coleus is a Florida thing. Up north, there were so many other varieties of things to do, but that coleus was never a predominant thing. And the Bidens I've never played with, but I know it's a butterfly attractor. So these are going to be top up to be transplanted. And so what I was getting into, I will plant, let's see, some of these plants in this size pot, and probably the tomatoes in this size pot. Now, now the thing is, the thing is now you've got soil, you've got time, and I have to say soil is a big thing. Soil is getting hugely expensive unless you've got a source of it in your yard. Soil, I'll give you an example. I'll go over and show you right now. The last time I bought a bag of Miracle Grow, that was 20 bucks. I tried to order in a 2-yard load that costed me, I can't remember if it was $200 or $300, but we're just going to say $200. And I'm going to show that to you here because it's not a lot of dirt. So this is what that load looks like of soil. Now I've added some peat moss and recirculated a few plants and so forth into there. But this right here is $200 worth of dirt. And if when you're talking in hundreds of plants, that's not gonna last long. That wouldn't even be enough. Hey, get down, Noah. Stay down. Noah. Noah. Be a good boy. Come on. All right, all right. Quit jumping on my back. Be a good boy. Come on, quit. See, he bites me and jumps on my back. He tries to kind of control me. He tries to herd me a little to do what he wants me to do. Anyhow, so, and then in addition, a pot like this, I think it's in the 40-cent range, even when you buy hundreds of them. And then in addition to that, you got to pay shipping on that. So there is, and once you get your plant in this pot, you need to space, you need to water it. If you don't water it, it can burn up. So when you're thinking that people are charging a lot for their plants, all these costs have to go into consideration. Anyhow, I think this is the kale. Yeah, this is the kale. Boy, it's awful yellow. I think these plants will perk up in a day or so. All right, Let me see what else we got. So yeah, you can see the difference again. These are all the real tiny, the 288 veggie plants that generally nurseries sell them in 6-packs or whatever. And these are the 72 plants that are a little bit bigger starts. And like I said, it is common that I could pot all these up and lose 10-20% of the plants. So you have to take those costs into consideration when you're planting the plants. And I just don't know, I may not have realized this so much. I did a little bit, but boy, these look better than some of the others. This is a rosemary, and this one's supposed to get 40 inches tall, and it's supposed to be a vigorous one that gets 40 inches tall. And this is Lantana Fantasy, which this one's kind of controversial because some people say that it's invasive. I really don't think that it's invasive. I think you can warn the public, but I've never seen it spread in a yard. I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but I don't think it's any worse than having grass in a yard, put it that way, because it attracts pollinators, butterflies, and so forth. So I guess pick your battles. And a plant like this will make a new gardener feel great because they're pretty hardy, they hold up to the sun, and they're beautiful when they flower. So, you know, this one plant can inspire a gardener to buy, you know, hundreds or thousands of plants in the future because they got a plant that was easy for them to grow. So I look at that when people talk about invasive or really easy to grow. Now, lantana, there is a variety of lantana, although rare, that's native to Florida, and if I ever get a chance to get my hands on some, I will switch to those. But generally saying, those are generally a yellow flowered lantana with a white center, and they're just a little bit different in the leaf pattern and so forth. So right here, let's see what we got. Oh my goodness. I can't, oh, these are peppers. Now, this is pretty bad too. Well, I might send my video over to North Carolina Farms because, wow. I guess they can't control how things are handled in the mail, but this is kind of, this is going to take me some time to put these little suckers back in their holes or do something with them. But these are California Wonder Peppers. I believe that's what they are. California Wonder Peppers. And I could tell you right now, I'm going to lose a high percentage of these. So, anyhow, I wasn't really trying to, but it happens. It happens quite a bit. So, and, you know, I wonder because the rest of the plants didn't look like this, you know, and I don't, the mail, you know, they delivered it sitting straight up. I kind of wonder if this is some kind of procedure that they do in-house or what. So anyhow, I'm going to set that aside. And right here, like I say, is a perfect example of the reality of the situation. And people might say, oh yeah, you can grow the seeds grow so quick. Well, I have to tell you right now, the price of seeds, I was looking at kale for the fall garden, which I'll probably get some kale, and I was looking for some fancier varieties. This looks like lantana. And for 250 seeds on one variety, they were wanting $16.49. So, and you don't know if all of those seeds are going to germinate. And so I'm just saying, and here we go again. Maybe I'm trying to figure out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, I think I might forward this video to North Carolina farms and see what happens, but I'm not really trying to slam them. I'm not really even that upset. I've seen them like this before. If I sat here, spent a half hour doing this, or I can get out some pots right away and start planting these. But, yeah, so that's sort of a shame. Anyhow, and these are okay, so these are the California Wonder. I'm curious what these are then. Oh, Cubanelle peppers. So they're both pepper types that came like this. But, so yeah, so you know the problems and things that happen when you order plants. Now, I've been keeping my cardboard. Well, there's a couple things I do with cardboard here. I've shred most of the cardboard that comes in the house, and I throw it on my gardens. Even the paper like this, I generally shred it. But here recently, I've been saving the cardboard in case I get a customer that needs to line their trunk to put plants in. So that's that. And so I hope this will give you some insight on the issues that nurseries go through and the reason why things cost so much. So, or if you're trying to start your own nursery, these are some potential problems that could arise that you may not be aware of. So if you're thinking about it and planning, maybe this will give you some information. Anyhow, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye now. Okay, so I didn't mean to leave that last this video on a negative note, so I sort of wanted to show you. I got 16 flats planted today, and I went through and got most of these picked off. There's still a few that are in there that need to be transplanted. I'll work on that tomorrow. But that's just a mental note and a learning process that when you get your plants in, that you should be ready to transplant some plants. Yeah, I had other plans for the day, so it kind of caught me off guard. But and then I have like a reasoning, the reason why I think that these plants, what I think happens is that some of the holes don't grow, and I think they come through and throw some on top to make up for that, and I think that's why that looks like that. And that said, with the tomato plants, I wanted to say too, with them, they had let's go over and look at that flat for a second. And then, you know, over the weekend, the plants, these are the kales, and you can see they're a little yellow, but I'm sure they'll perk right up. So the tomatoes, they were, a lot of them were planted. If you could see, look at that. There are 2 or 3 or even 5 in one thing. So definitely good value, and got the amount of plants. If I wanted to sit there and separate them out, I'd probably have double the plants that I ordered. But really time and it doesn't look like much, it's a little flat, but when you translate that to 250 plants, let's see, that'd be about, my flats are 18, so 10 flats is 180 plants. So it would take, probably about 16 flats to use to plant out all these plants right here. With that said, that's part of the reason why I stopped where I stopped today. I need to go get more flats out of the shed, and I got to dig for them a little bit. But you know, I had other plans with these plants. I thought that they would be in somewhat almost ready to go condition, and they're not. And that's not the fault of the breeder. See, look at this one. Look at how many it had in there. 3 of them. It's more, I've never ordered their seedlings before, so I wasn't entirely sure what to expect. And I guess my expectations were higher because the description did say seedlings. So and now I know, and I know what to expect in the future. And like I said, I'm not it's just learning, becoming experienced with getting plants and maintaining plants, a learning curve. So I think in a couple of days this will start looking really good out here. The turkeys came out a minute ago. They're little bullies. Now I think that in a week or so, when these guys get nice and rooted, the tomatoes I can put down here. I'm going to move all this stuff over to the sale area, but they come in here looking for something to nibble. I have to show you this. I have this peace lily I'm trying to grow out, and I had down there I have some weedy ones, and when I pull the weeds out and they look like this, I heard the turkey making a bunch of noises the other day, and he came through and picked off every one of these little leaves. So there's certain things they like, and they definitely come through here to try and graze things. So I have to be aware of what I put on the ground. Now, not all plants turkeys will eat, and I do plan on sharing my landscape with the turkeys. It's just they'll come and pick out each and every seedling and gobble them down, you know. So it's 5 turkeys on one plant. Versus, you know, having 200 plants down the road that are full grown, and then the turkeys can mess with them, and you won't notice a difference. Anyhow, that's it. I just wanted to tell you I'm making lemonade out of the lemons, and I'm happy with my plants, and I'm happy with my purchase, and have a great day. I hope you stop by next week, or like and subscribe and follow me along, and see what other items I come up with to talk about. Have a good day, and bye now.